Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allenderry. I'm a speech-language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm here to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out Home practice routine. I would love to know what you did this weekend with intent. I had a wonderful weekend. Yesterday I made dinner for my kids and my daughter-in-law and son-in-law and my mother. And one of the greatest things I like are things that bring me joy. Besides doing these sessions, I really do enjoy doing these sessions, and I enjoy getting the emails that you send and seeing your chat messages to one another. I know it's helping you. But the other thing that brings me a lot of joy is whenever I cook and everybody gets seconds because they really like it. They really like it. And last night, that's what happened. So what did you do with intent this weekend? I hope that you're incorporating intent into everything that you do. Let's go ahead and take a sip of water. If you've never chatted on our website before, it'll say type in your nickname. All you need to do is type in like your first name and where you're from. So I would put Samantha from Dallas, and then you're in. You don't have to create a login or password or anything like that. Let's get some water. By the way, I cooked a Lebanese dish with eggplant and ground beef and rice, and also a great fall salad that had roasted Brussels sprouts in it and cabbage. It was just really good and healthy. All right, today's topic, October. Everybody say October with intent. Ready? October. Get your voice in front of you. Say it again. Ready? October. And like we always do at the beginning of every session, smile with intent for a second or two. Ready? Yes, we do need to practice smiling. All right, first speak out exercise, the may, me, my, mo, moo. Lift your voice and project it forward. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. I want you to be deliberate. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. To be deliberate means to think about every syllable, and I want you to try to connect as many as you can. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Good. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. And one more. We're going to stretch it out just a little bit more. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. And that's what you call using intent. It takes a lot of control. Go ahead and take a sip of water. Beatrice, who practices with us online, noticed that in a New York Times article, a Richardson High School, J.J. Pierce was mentioned. J.J. Pierce happens to be right down the street from Parkinson Voice Project, and I'm going to share just some images from their website so you can see what they were talking about. Look at these mums. October is about homecoming. And you know, I grew up in Texas, so mums were just normal, but look how gigantic these mums are. I mean, I think the girls in Texas have a hard time. Look, you can see right here how large they are. Homecoming, king and queen, big mums. I just thought this was normal. I thought this is how everybody celebrated Homecoming. It's not letting me go. No, that's it. Okay, yeah, there's some more pictures. But this is in the New York Times if you subscribe to that. It's a very big deal in Texas. All right. Speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth wide and project the ah forward. Ready? Ah. Your voice should be going up and over your computer or your iPad. Let's do it again. We try to hold it for about 10 seconds, but do the best you can. You never want to squeeze the sound out. So if you're out of air, then just stop. We would much rather have a shorter ah. Ready? Ah. Good. Let's do a 5-second ah. Ready? Ah. And one more with intent. Ah. Good job. Take a sip of water with intent. That means grab your cup, think about it, concentrate. When we concentrate and put a little bit more oomph into things, we are activating a motor system that is not as dependent on dopamine, and that's why it works. Very important for everybody with Parkinson's. We're moving on to speak out exercise number 3, everybody's favorite, the glide. Project a steady ah forward and slowly glide up. Try to get as many little notes in there as you can. Ready? Ah. Ah. Good. Nice and controlled. Use intent. Ready? Keep the mouth open the whole time. Think about it. You do not want to go down as low as you can. That puts too much tension on the vocal tract. Just throw an ah out, and it's that comfortable pitch for you that you go up and down from, okay? No need to go into falsetto. No need to try to go any lower. Let's do it again. Ah. Ah. Again, speak out. Get the voice in front of you. At first, it can be difficult to get all those little notes in there, but I want you to keep on trying. If you are missing notes as you're going up or down, then chances are you might be missing those notes when you're talking in conversation. That's how people with Parkinson's end up with a monotone voice. We do not want a monotone voice. We want a colorful voice. And so in order to do that, our muscles have to be able to produce those sounds. Okay, let's do one more glide. Very good. Let's take a sip of water with intent. Think about it. You bet I think about it. When I take my sip of water in front of all of you, I don't want to spill it on me. So you can imagine that, I'm watching you and you don't want to spill it. And so you will just end up using intent and be more careful. And that's what you need to do all the time. All right, moving on to the counting. All right, we're going to lift our voice. That means it's not 1, 2. It's 1, 2. Lots of energy. Ready? Stop at the end of each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now backwards. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you know that in the late 1950s, Dr. Daniel R. Boone, a world-renowned speech-language pathologist and voice expert, that's when he first recognized the benefits of intent for people with Parkinson's. He was working at a hospital in Ohio with a neurologist, and they had people count from 1 to 15 forward. And when they did, they could barely understand the people. But when they asked them to count backwards, their speech was clearer, louder, it was more articulate, more expressive, and that's when they realized when people count backwards, they're having to think about it more, and so they're using intent, and that's where speak with intent came from. And I think it's interesting that Dr. Boone said they couldn't have the patients count backwards from 10 because that was kind of automatic. But if they went to 15 or 20, and had the patient count backwards, they activated the intentional motor system and had to think about it more. Isn't that interesting? All right, count backwards from 12. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Go ahead and take a sip of water. I have 3 announcements. On October 17th, Parkinson Voice Project is hosting a webinar about estate planning. Do you have questions about estate planning? Elizabeth will post the link. We have an attorney with over 32 years of experience in estate planning, and so she'll be doing a webinar. That's a Tuesday right after the online session, so go ahead. You do need to register for that. Also, are you interested in becoming a Parkinson voice advocate? That's one of our volunteers. All of you who have been distributing brochures and everybody else, I encourage you to come to Advocate Orientation. That's going to be on October 18th. Find out about our volunteer program. You do have to be a graduate of the Speak Out Therapy program, so that's one thing. But otherwise, come to orientation on the 18th. And just learn more about it. You don't have to sign up on the 18th, okay? You're just learning more about it. And that's it. Let's go move on to our reading. October is the topic. We're reading these sentences with intent. Speak out. Ready? It is already October. Try to stretch out the highlighted word. It forces you to use intent. That's why we're doing it. Read it again. It is already October. Next. The World Series begins this month. Again. The World Series begins this month. Next. October is Cybersecurity Month. Again, October is Cybersecurity Month. And just a tip, if you're one of these people that do not update your iPhone or your computer because you're afraid it's going to mess up, if you don't update it, you will, the fixes, so they're always figuring out what the cyber criminals are doing, okay? And so in the updates, they will put the fixes for new viruses or things like that. So if you never restart your computer or, update your phone or programs like that, then you're at more risk. So that's my cybersecurity tip. All right, read the next one. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Again, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And last sentence, it ends with Halloween. Again, it ends with Halloween. Take a sip of water. We're moving on to the cognitive exercise. Describing photographs is a great way to practice incorporating intent into conversation. It's a little bit easier than conversation because you have the cue of the photo. Okay, so this is a step before regular conversation. I want you to imagine that I'm going to draw this picture. I want you to describe it to me. Tell me how many ribbons there are, what colors they are. Go ahead with intent. Next image, describe it. Imagine I'm going to paint it. Tell me how big it is and just describe it. Every single word with intent. Describe this photograph with intent. Now, if it's challenging for you to describe the photographs, because we always want to work at the level where we're at. So, for example, if I say describe this photograph, but it would be a little bit too challenging at this point for you to describe it in detail, you might just say it in a sentence. This is a picture of pumpkins, or the pumpkins are round and orange. Okay, like a sentence. So go ahead and make up just one single sentence with that picture and use your best voice. How about one sentence with this picture? So you might say, these ribbons represent Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Say that with me. These ribbons represent Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So whenever I show you pictures, you can do that. Just make up a sentence. All right, Dr. Boone's words. Exaggerate the G's, the K's, and the NG's. We'll do each one twice. Ready? Gula ganga ga. Gula ganga ga. Next one. Kukamanguka. Kukamanguka. Ready? Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Kukla. Take a sip of water. For our bonus reading, we're going to read a poem about October. Here's the bell. by Robert Frost. This is more challenging. If you get behind, you can always catch up at the highlighted word because we will be stretching out the highlighted word. All right, here we go. Oh, hushed October morning mild, thy leaves have ripened to the fall. Tomorrow's wind, if it be wild, should waste them all. The crows above the forest call. Tomorrow they may form and go. O hushed October morning mild, begin the hours of this day slow. Make the day seem to us less brief. Reading poems like that can be challenging because they require a lot of intent, but it's good for you. I encourage all of you to download today's reading material. Take what you learned during the session and practice. Please help us get the word out about these sessions. It breaks my heart to know that there are people with Parkinson's all over the world who are losing their ability to speak and swallow, and we can help them. And if you're willing to distribute brochures, then send us an email with the number of brochures you would like to give out in your area. Be sure to send us your address. And if you would like to come to Advocate Orientation, I forgot to put this down. If you are interested in learning more about our patient volunteer program, the Parkinson Voice Advocates, send an email to Intent. There is not a registration form for that. Send an email to Intent, and we will send you the Zoom link. Or if you're in town, we will be having a session in person at the clinic. So one online and one in person. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.